How have you guys viewed the midstream space? You've already talked about, deducts and some of the discounting you can experience. So I'm sure that's been an education process. And it's part of the secret sauce of buying correctly in Appalachia is knowing, where you can get lower deducts versus others. But what makes Appalachia interesting, and this is every time I have someone on who buys in Appalachia, we address this, is just the development pace is very steady. You're not getting units mowed down and having huge ramp ups of rigs because there's nowhere to put the gas. Midstream is already at capacity. So it makes Appalachia a very unique animal through cycles because it doesn't behave the same as a Haynesville or somewhere else. One thing I hear is, tier one acreage will run out or is running out in the I don't know, immediate future of 5 years in Appalachia. So is it better to start buying tier two from a cost basis standpoint? I mean, how do you guys view all that? Because it just makes it interesting, especially if you're trying to buy near term development, finding those shots on goal, it's more limited, right?
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean, you brought up some good points, and I think just in the limited time that I've been in this space, we've seen a couple pipelines get pretty close to being completed, and then ultimately failing. I think we had the Constitution pipeline, which was big for Northeast PA, Atlantic Sunrise, that just couldn't get there. And then I think the big one now, obviously, is MVP. Is that going to make it or not? Some of the stuff I read is if MVP does come into service, it's likely or maybe could be the last, kind of major pipeline for Appalachia. It certainly doesn't help that you have surrounding, states and local governments on the Northeast and East Coast that are just really not supportive of, any kind of infrastructure development. You contrast that with, the Haynesville or the Eagleford, where you have LNG in your backyard. Texas and Louisiana, state and local governments that are supportive of the industry and infrastructure. So it's a challenge. I don't really expect, there to be any kind of breakthrough in Appalachia, after MVP, and, learn your differentials, really, down to each leg, learn your differentials. And to your point, I think we are seeing certain counties that from a, what's remaining inventory, what remaining inventory is left. I mean, we're probably in the, top of the eighth inning in some counties. So that's pushing, I think, buyers like us to really consider tier two rock. And I think last year we started to spend a little bit more time and had a few small acquisitions that kind of met that criteria. Of course, that stuff isn't really economically feasible at 2.25 gas. So you really need higher gas prices for tier two to pencil out. So we've tapped the brakes there for now. I think the focus on our end is still, we want to be, in the best wells and in the best counties and, the best zip code for now. And, we get pushed out, so be it. But I think thinking beyond the next couple years, we're going to have to expand outside of Appalachia. And I was thinking about this just through this one little exercise. Like, say we have 4 operators that we buy under, that we like to buy under, and maybe they each drill, 60 to 70 wells a year. And just in the short time frame that I've been in this space over the last 4 years, that's 1,000 wells. So go take your blank map from 2019 and go draw 1,000 more sticks on the map, and see what's left. The amount is shrinking. So, I don't know. I think it varies by operator, by county, kind of how much is remaining. I don't really see some big breakthrough from a takeaway standpoint. I think, maybe the most vocal and active person on this front is probably, Toby Rice at EQT with a full-on, presentations about the benefit of natural gas. But do we see a LNG plant on the eastern seaboard. I don't think so. I think you'll see it in Texas or Louisiana or Mississippi. I don't think it's coming to Appalachia.